Just a small little quick review of
All right,
what we're
y'all.
getting ready for. Right here we can talk about what we got over here. So we got some things. We got.
So fair use on my own video. So I want to show you guys.
All right, YouTube, it's the
This the
Cottage Gardeners, and we back in the greenhouse, in the inside greenhouse. Excuse me, because of course we're not outside. And as you can see, we did the transplants. Told you guys we were gonna take all of the plants out of those small tree seed plants and transplant them into there. And you can see some of them had went into a little limp of life. You know, sometimes transplanting them can cause them to go in the shock. But in this case, most of them came out pretty good. And tomorrow we'll be back. We're gonna do another video tomorrow because we're gonna finish transplanting these ones out here. You can see they're ready to come out and be transplanted. We're gonna take them out and put them in there.
So I just wanted to show you guys the growth. I know it's hard to see in that on this camera, but if you pay attention, some of them were laid down and limpy, and now they sitting up and big. Some of them are bigger than the others. They've grown since that. So this is the part two. This is the part two of my channel. I didn't mean to cut you guys off, but I accidentally I actually accidentally hit the button when I was walking out of the greenhouse, coming down to the man cave, so I could show you the video of what it used to look like, and the growth that you see the difference in the growth. So this is the part two of us talking about the P's and the next letter over, Q, right? So sorry about the disconnect, but this is going to be part two of that video. All right, so let's get back into. I'm gonna show a little bit more of the video, then we're gonna go into some of the other P's and then into the Q too, right? Okay, let's check it out.
Just a small little quick review of what we're getting ready for. You know, right here we can talk about what we got over here. So we got some beans, we got some peas, we got some greens, we got some tomatoes, we got some peppers, we got some zucchini, some squash, some cucumbers, right? We got some fruit trees in here as well, muscadines, apple, banana plants. We got a miracle fruit over there, right? A plethora of things that we growing. You know, we've got a red baby watermelon back there. We've got a different type of banana right here. What is this? Oh, we got some tomatoes. It's tomatoes. We got tomatoes right here, right? Different types of tomatoes that we got growing in here. These are all different tomatoes right here. That's one. There's a few right here. We got some here, and so we just start them off now, so that by the time spring comes, they'll be ready to go. They'll be so big and ready to go straight into the greenhouse outside, and then from the greenhouse outside straight into the garden, right? And then we'll be able to push them out fast and get the first set out, right? And then that way we'll be able to come right back with another set. You know what I'm saying? And
All right, all right. So that's the plant life for us, y'all. You know, we show it off the seed sometimes as well, and we want we want to get into a few things um, that we want to get into some politics, right? So there's some important things going on. Of course, Biden is his 1 year anniversary, right? Let's have a look back though. Let's have a look. We can go far back, but let's go back just a little bit. Uh, uh, to Biden's interview with Charlemagne the God. Now, here's the thing. The funny thing about people interviewing people, right? Sometimes somebody says something and you should really ask them questions about their intent or what they mean by that, right? But on this particular interview, this guy says something that's way out of line, and nobody questions him. Not Charlemagne doesn't say anything back to him about this, and we just want to show you how sometimes you don't know who rocking with who. You know what I'm saying? And you know, why is it coming like that? You know, why they coming like that? Why do they feel comfortable enough to say what they're saying? You know what I'm saying? When two friends are talking, it's one thing. You can let your hair down and be a little bit. When you're in a professional interview, you know, it's just certain things you just don't say, right? And if you do, the interviewer should come at you versus those things and really, you know, start asking you tougher questions or asking you why you said what you said. So let's just check out what I'm talking about here in a fair use video, okay?
VP Biden. I will. It's a long.
Fair use. Let's go. Let's go back and again.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden. I will. It's a long way until November. We got more questions. You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see you.
Okay, look. Before they get into this, I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. I see where Charlemagne might have missed the opportunity to say something, because he was saying it don't excuse me. It don't have nothing to do with whether you black or white or whatever. But dude, why you gonna try to use race to try to get a vote? I mean, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking ridiculous. This dude's talking about what he's done for us. You have never done anything for us, Joe Biden. In fact, if we look at your record, you said take a look at your record. I have to look at your record. Weren't you the one that was against busing? Weren't you the one that said that going to schools with black people would be like putting your kids in a jungle? Didn't you say that? Didn't you say we already got one nigger mayor? We don't need no more niggers in politics? I'm looking at your record. Everything you're saying, it's proven. I don't know. This is lets you know that people like Barack Obama ain't for us, because I'm sure he knows he said this shit too. Yet he let him be his VP. No way in the hell. That's why I said these politicians ain't shit, and I'm calling them out for their bullshit. Tomorrow, if you got a problem with picking between me and Trump, you ain't black. Who the fuck is you to talk about who black and who ain't? And I don't care about being censored by YouTube or it's 2 minutes or whatever. Dude, you don't talk like that to our community. But guess what? He did, and y'all fell for it anyway. Let's finish the video, man. I'm upset about that shit.
Whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see. Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none.
First of all, dude, the problem with that is that the whole doggone government, you actually got to extend the voting rights to give us permission to vote when we live in this country, we work in this country, we pay taxes in this country. That's a racist statement right there in itself. That shit should be abolished, and we should, as American citizens, we shouldn't need a voter's right. We should be able to vote because we American citizens, because we pay taxes in this country, because we pay rent and house notes and car notes, because we raise our children in this country, because hell, we the ones who built this fucking country. Our ancestors built it, and nobody ever paid us reparations at all. But guess what? Somehow you guys got money for Jewish people being for the Holocaust, and America didn't have anything to do with it. According to the history books, that was German, that was Nazis, that was Hitler and them doing that. So why are you paying Why are you paying reparations to the Jews and not to the people that's your country enslaved? Why are we not getting reparations for our ancestors, but yet you're giving them to the Jews every year? Didn't you and Barack Obama pay when y'all were in office? Didn't y'all pay the Jewish community more reparations? Why do you want to hear that shit? You a clown.
The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run.
Who never do nothing for black people. Just a committee that they run together, and a bunch of black folk, they don't do nothing for us. Bullshit. Everything he's saying ain't got no power behind it. It's bullshit. If you do your research, the NAACP ain't nothing but a hoax. They don't do nothing for black folk. They'll throw a couple of trinkets here and there. Believe me, they take way more money into their pockets than they shove out to our community helping us. It's a game. It's all a political game.
The world. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record. Now, I've been critical.
Oh, we have.
I have a few things I want to talk to you about. I know you have. Yeah. You don't know me. No, I don't. That's why I want to get to know you today. I want to get to know you today.
Oh, but I know your ass.
I want to talk to you about.
You don't know me. I know your little wicked ass. I know your. See, Charlemagne don't know you because he don't know you say shit like. He don't know you say shit like. My kids don't want to go to school during the voting, during the busing act. With these children, with these talking about African children, black children, it'll be a jungle. Or how about you? We already got one nigger mayor. He don't know, right? He don't know you, which is why he shouldn't be interviewing you. He haven't done. Obviously, Charlemagne hasn't done his research, and obviously, Charlemagne is also a Democrat, and so he like, you know what I'm saying? Here's a Democrat candidate, so fuck it. right? Like you helping out black folk. Do your research, dude, or don't interview somebody. This is an example of what you should do or what you shouldn't do when you interview somebody.
Stuff. I get overwhelming support from the black leadership, young and old.
Then why you on here interviewing and acting like we don't know what color we are if we don't vote for you? If you get overwhelming support from the black community and the young and old, then why you being interviewed with Charlemagne and saying if you don't vote for me, you ain't black? Hypocrite.
Every poll shows me way ahead. And black people saved your political life in the primaries this year. They have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them? What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who.
And then he turned right around. That's all he going. You see this shit? Charlemagne is a sellout. We want a black woman running mate. We don't give a fuck about that. We want what's owed to us. We want what's given to us as any American citizens, our God-given rights. We want access to health care. We want good education for our children. We want politicians to stop lying to us. We want the same thing that they run around giving every other group. We want our own businesses. We want entrepreneurship. We want trading and coding in our schools. He's talking about we want a black female running mate. So basically, you're just saying you want Kamala to be the vice VP, and that's all. And guess what? That's what we've gotten, and that's all we gonna get. They ain't finna do nothing else for us. This dude on here talk about what we want. This is why I said some people don't speak for the black community, and Charlemagne is obviously one of them. He don't think we need anything. Let me tell you why. Because he making his little money on this little breakfast club show. You know what I'm saying? But gonna get on here and tell Joe Biden that this is what we want. We deserve way more than some woman because she black or she's melanated as the VP or running mate. Man, you don't get the holy fuck out of here. For real. So since we clowning on these people, as we breaking down today, we just on the Conscious Going Garden channel, breaking down through our consciousness exactly what's going on, right? So watch this. They'll turn right back around and interview him, and then watch this, and then talk negative about him. So watch this. Fair use on this video.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlemagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy. We got front page news coming up right now. Angela Yee.
Yeah, so of course we're all talking about the debates from last night. Did you watch?
I did watch. I caught the last 2 hours when I was on the plane.
I saw a lot of people talking about who were the big winners and losers. Who did you like?
I don't think that there was any winners and losers last night. Like, it's hard to watch those elections and not think Trump 2020, not because the Democrats don't be speaking of things of substance, but because
exactly they be talking in rhetoric and in circles, and then no matter what they talk about, not because they don't be talking of anything of substance. Even if they do talk things of substance, they don't do anything. They can't even pass their own legislation with them amongst themselves because they know their legislation is bullshit. We all know that today that they failed. And these are all old clips to show you we looking back. But we all know that they couldn't even pass their own what's the name in the Senate today. That they own senators. 2 of their senators went against them. So they couldn't cancel the filibuster, which is only correct. How you gonna set it up for the voting rights, right? Where you don't need no ID to vote. You know why? Would you like to know why they doing that? Would you like to know why they want to do that? Because they got these immigrants, these illegal immigrants in this country that he been flying in overnight. We didn't see the video on that. We'll show that. He been flying them in overnight, right? And putting them wherever they want to go, whatever country, whatever city they want to go. And you know what the deal is. You know what the deal is. We fly you in overnight, right? And you turn around and you give us your vote. That's a trade-off. See what I'm saying? They basically, I hate to say it, but well, I don't hate to say it. It is what it is. They basically cheating. And they try to use the law to switch the law up so they can bring these people in, right? And bring illegal aliens in here and then turn around and get their vote. That's basically what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm appalled. I'm offended by what by these politicians. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he your president, he the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Wrong is wrong, no matter who do it. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, this dude is wrong, and he's a clown as well. President Joe, you like the prices and inflation? Bad then. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, man. And speaking of the flights that they flying these people in, right? They don't think we got no ability to look up and see what they actually doing. You know, they actually think that the American people are stupid. They honestly do. They think we stupid. Give me a second, y'all. Let me fair use this video real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. It just don't make no sense, man. It really don't. How they just keep and yesterday was a big win for us because we really got to see that this dude can't even, you know, answer questions the way he's supposed to thoroughly, you know, basically mumbling and bumbling over just basic questions. You know what I'm saying? Over basic questions. It's like, how you gonna be the president? How you gonna be the president of the free world and you can't even answer questions? Somebody asks you a question and you just start talking about something else. I'll give you an example and then go into something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Than what the question is asked. It's just why take questions then? That's what you're gonna do. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to look it up right now. I have to look it up because I thought I had it. I thought I had it in my and saved in my thing, but I don't. So I'm gonna look it up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Be patient with your boy, please. I like to have, and I really hate this because I like to have my stuff set up when I go in here so that we won't have to go through all of this. I mean, it's just ridiculous how you know what I'm saying, we get so, and in the world we get so criticized by everybody about, you know, every little thing you do, you know, but these people, you know what I'm saying, finally the media must mean somebody named Q got control of the media, right? Somebody that's down with Q got control of the media, because all of a sudden now CNN is telling the truth about how disastrous this whole thing is, right? But first in the beginning they was ducking and hiding. It was ducking and hiding. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little fair use real quick on this video, so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. We're gonna go right into it. We ain't gonna. I've been making y'all wait long enough. Right here.
Hey, Jen, why is the administration flying thousands of migrants from the border to Florida and New York in the middle of the night?
Fair use on the video.
I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night, but let me tell you what's happening here. It is our...
Pause real quick. She's not sure it's in the middle of the night. You know, when you the press secretary, it's some things you might not know, but you know. And just in fact, they so quick to lie. But then social media come on and take your video down and say this and that and that. That's why I do fair use on these videos, so you can see these people's. So if I said it myself and they be like, misinformation, we're gonna give you a strike. So I'm gonna let her speak for herself and watch her lie, because that's all they do is lie. I mean, what is it? What is it? If you know how a politician is lying, they mouth is moving. Is that what it is in this world? We can't get no honesty out of these people. Period. Let's watch this crap. Let's watch this.
From the border to Florida and New York in the middle of the night.
Well, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night, but let me tell you what's happening here. It is our
4:29 a.m.
Well,
very early in the morning.
Here we are talking about early flights, earlier than you might like to take a flight. It is our legal.
Excuse me. So that lets you know, if you're doing it at 2:30 and 4:30 in the morning, that's basically in the middle of the night. You're doing it so you can do it without people seeing you doing it. So the media can't get a hold of you doing it. So people can't see you doing it. So you can shuffle these people off to where you want them to be or where they want to go, and you giving them something that they can have. So that guess what? So that when you lose the rest of the American people voting for you, like your approval rating plummeting to the ground, you can come in here and pass this fake voters bill that people don't have ID and but they should have the right to vote. Man, everybody got an ID. If you ain't got an ID, you don't want one. Everybody got an ID. We drive cars, we got jobs, we got all kind of things going on. Everybody that want an ID got one. You know what I'm saying? I know homeless people, you know what I'm saying, probably got an ID. I don't know nobody homeless, personally, but I'm just saying. At one point in time, hell, I was damn near homeless. I was living in a hotel. And you know what? In order to check in a hotel, you know what you need? That's right. A ID. At one point in time, I did not have my own home to live in. I had a job. I was living in a hotel. I had got separated and on my way into a divorce. And I was living in one state, and I moved from that state and moved back to my home state, which is Ohio. And when I did, I didn't have a direct home to go to. So even though I had a job here when I got here, I moved into a place that was a hotel that let you take rates to live in. So I basically wasn't homeless, but I was homeless because I didn't have my own home. I was living out of a hotel. And when I did that, I was going to work out of the hotel. And of course, in order to get to the hotel that I was paying weekly, installments to live in, I had to have an ID. So you don't have no excuse about, voter suppression. Man, come on, man. It's 2022. Ain't no voter suppression. We got vehicles, cars, IDs. You'll go somewhere and you ain't comfortable with how they treating you in that voter box in that room where you vote at. You go somewhere else, or you know what you could do. You know what you could do. You could do an absentee ballot and vote in. See what they want. They want open ballot voting where you don't need no ID to show up and vote. That way they can sneak all their little cronies in, all they immigrants that they've been shuffling in and out of the country in the middle of the night to vote. Because they don't have the right to vote. So they're trying to give these people rights to vote so they can somehow figure out how they're going to win an election. This is nothing but scam. From a bunch of scumbags. Let's finish watching this heifer tell us this bullshit. Saki. We know these nuts, right, Saki?
Responsibility to safely care for unaccompanied children until they can be swiftly unified with a parent or a vetted sponsor. And that's something we take seriously. We have a moral.
So you wake them up at 2:30 and 4:30 in the morning to move them. Only reason why you explaining this shit, because the media caught y'all pulling that shit. And it ain't just, and you need to stop lying, Saki. It ain't just children that y'all flying and moving into New York and California and wherever else they want to go in the middle of the night. You moving grown folks. Unaccompanied children. Man, get the fuck out. Man, you know what? Woo, I'm so sick of these people. I've had enough.
A right obligation to do that and deliver on that. As a part of the unification process, our Office of Refugee Resettlement facilitates travel for children in its custody to their families or sponsors across the country. So in recent weeks, unaccompanied children passed through the Westchester Airport, which I think is what you're referring to.
No, bitch. We're referring to you moving people in the middle of the night, and y'all still been doing it. That ain't the first time. You covering up for your bullshit, and we know what you doing. We know what y'all doing. Don't never stop, man. Game after game. Y'all see I'm so quiet. I don't even know what to say no more, man. I'm so, you know what I'm saying? I'm so upset with these people, man, about how they running this country into the ground. I mean, we already had enough problems. You know what I'm saying? We already had enough race issues and everything else in this country. These motherfuckers gonna take it and turn it into what they want to, so they can try to use it as a reason to get votes. Use the media, which y'all. By the way, let me tell y'all about y'all media. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all post shit that go on. Not that we don't deserve to know what's going on in our community, but y'all post things to start a frenzy and then act like one group of people, politicians care more about the situation than the other group. And the truth is, the matter is, neither one of them care. Them Democrats sitting back laughing at black people, thinking, "Look at these stupid motherfuckers. They actually think we actually care about them, and about they Black Lives Matter, and about they racial tension between them and the police. And look, as long as we keep putting it in the news and talking about it all the time, and look, we get a couple of black news medias to go out there and talk about it. Get out there and talk about it. Get out there and talk about it. Go out there, Joy Reid. Go out there, Don Lemon, that's married to a white dude. Talking about talking about how racist white folk is, how white men is the most terroristic person in America by you sleeping with one. Going out there and say it. Going out there and put white folk down. And so that way we can jump up and say, yeah, see that? And that's racist. And who's the most racist president we ever had in the world? Hey, there you go, number 45. So that see that. So if you got a problem voting for me or Trump, you don't know you ain't black, dude. I wish you would. I wish somebody needed to beat his ass for saying that shit. It's a lot of shit that you say that let us know you a straight up racist cracker. Like, I don't want my kids going to this school with busing and those black children. It's a jungle. Oh, we got one nigger mayor. Look at my record. Look at my record. Look at my record. Oh, you do a real good dance act. You can do a real good dance act, number 46. But we all know. I looked your back. You said look your record up. I did. And you ain't nothing but a racist bastard. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And now that your approval rating is in the toilet, right? In the basement. Now you shuffling immigrants in because you know that people ain't gonna give you your vote in 2024. So you shuffling them in and let them go wherever they want to go, right? So that you can turn around and say, hey, you owe me, right? I hooked you up. You here because of me. So go ahead and give me your vote. So let's watch a little bit more. Let's watch a little bit more on immigration, since they like to lie about everything. Let's see what's gonna be said on this one. This one I ain't even sure what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna look at it anyway. I'm sure it can't be that good because it's on immigration. And once again, the press secretary is speaking. And I have to look this up. You can't look up Joe Biden's comments because he don't make them. He hide in the basement. He ain't got time for the press and for the people to speak to them. And when he did the other day, now you know why. For those of you who stayed through the whole thing and watched the end when he was taking questions, it was just terrible. And that's how you know he full of shit. See, anybody can give a speech, can read it from a teleprompter. Half the time he can't do that, or read from a paper. But when somebody start asking you questions, then you can start seeing who the real number 46 really is and how he really get down. So let's fair use on this video and let's see what Psaki, the press secretary, gonna say, because she always speaking for Mr. Joe. You like the prices Biden.
On immigration, some
fair use.
Reform advocates have criticized these actions for being reviews of certain programs, like the Remain in Mexico program, rather than cancellations. Why review and not reverse some of these programs?
Sure. Well, part of our effort, Mary, is to assess the damage that has been done by the policies that were put in place by the prior administration. We want
bullshit. I call bullshit. See what they do? First thing they do is start blaming other people about immigration. Number one, the immigration that was going on before number 45 got in here, when 44 was in here, y'all had them people in cages. We saw it already. Y'all tried to blame that on Donald Trump, but technically speaking, if you do your research as a politician, as a person, as a people, we the people, you do your your research, those cages were set up by number 44, not 45. I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat, but I done my research and I know. So right there, first lie. All they do is lie to us. All they talk about the previous. Yeah, the previous, yeah, number 44, you go back to.
Act swiftly, we want to act promptly, but we also need to make sure we are doing that through a strategic policy process. And
here's another thing. If you have such a problem with it, Psaki, you and the administration, you and Joe Biden, right? How come he, as the VP, he didn't do anything about it? Because this was going on when 44 was the president. They were in cages. I saw it. It's just ridiculous, man. I can't even watch no more. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous, y'all. These people are just plain liars. Like I said, this how screwed up my people are. This is how screwed up my black people is, right? Most of us have conservative. If you sit down and talk to somebody political, without the parties and all that shit, you listen to what they think and their ideas. Most of it's conservative, right? But then they'll vote Democratic. And the problem with that is that Democrats, this administration, and the one before this, don't have any conservative Democratic party before this don't have conservative ideas. They damn sure don't have any ideas that are for the black community. Period. Now, I'm not a advocate for Republicans because they've been some shitty ass politicians too. You know what I'm saying? But number 45 did have the platinum plan for Black America. He went and Ice Cube went and talked to both parties. Now watch this. After he sat down and talked with Joe Biden and them, they said, "Well, wait till we win the White House and we'll talk." What happened? Has he sat down and talked to them then? Oh no, he just been so caught up in COVID, he ain't had no time to talk about nobody doing nothing. That's the only thing he focused on. COVID this and COVID that and COVID. This dude can't even run the country. He can't even run the country. You can plainly tell. And before we go, let's just do a little recap of his up-to-date information that he been, just the other day. You know what I'm saying? Where they were asking this dude questions, right? After his year, his whole 1 year, right? His whole year in office, right? Let me see if they didn't remove my videos because they'll take them suckers down. Okay, here we go, one right here. Fair use on this video. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna see what Mr. Biden, you like the Price is Biden, gotta say.
Thank you, Mr. President. Alexander Nazarian, Yahoo News. And thank you for holding this press conference. I hope there's more of them.
Anytime you have extra 3 hours, we can do it.
We'll stay for a couple more. You said you were surprised by Republican obstruction of your agenda, but didn't the GOP take exactly the same tactic when you were vice president to Barack Obama? So why did you think they would treat you any differently than they treated him?
First of all, they weren't nearly as obstructionist as they are now. Number one.
Lie. See that? Every time they open their mouth, they lie. Yes, they were. Everything that Barack Obama tried to do, they blocked. And here's the other part of that. They so fake because the Democrats, right? The Democrats, they getting caught in their own trap. These suckers had the House and the Senate the first 4 years that Barack Obama wasn't president. So then if you had your party with you, why in the first 4 years didn't you sign all of those things then? Why you wait to start signing bills and trying to get things done that you wanted to get done in your second term, knowing good and damn well you had lost the House and the Senate and you was gonna lose it. You had lost it, and now you gonna be going against the Republicans and it wasn't gonna get done. This is a game that they all play, that these politicians been playing with our lives for years. When you have the House and the Senate, you should pass laws then so that they can pass according to your votes, because you got the House and the Senate, you got the majority votes. You know, don't get me wrong, you have to have good things that you're trying to pass, right? Like the other day, Biden, they're trying to stop me. Oh yeah, well your own constituents stop your voting act. Why? Because you trying to say the voting should be just, you should just be able to go walk, show up. You in America, you just show up and you vote. You just show up and you vote. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with that if we didn't have illegal aliens in this country. I wouldn't have a problem if people that had felonies were voting. I don't care. I feel like if they did the crime, did the time, they deserve to have a vote in this country too. They pay taxes and everything like everybody else. It's unconstitutional to have somebody go to jail, do time for a crime, and then you keep a felony on their record, and then they don't have the right to vote in this country, but they can pay taxes, they can go to war, they can, they can do all the other things that everybody else do in this country, except for to have the right to say who should be leader of the free country, or what kind of laws they want to see done and policies they want to see done in their own city and community where they live at. That's biased as fuck. It's unfair. It's unconstitutional. So I believe in that. But it's also unconstitutional to have motherfuckers flown in over here. You can just see why I just showed the video with Saki talking about it's the kids. No, it ain't, bitch. Y'all flying grown folks as well. Y'all flying people over here with rights to vote and trying to without rights to vote, giving them rights to vote, telling them, hey, you know what? We're gonna pass this law that say y'all can vote. Anybody can vote that's in America. And so we got a lot of illegal aliens in here in the country, and that came over, you know what I'm saying, because of Joe Biden and them opening the border and saying they can come. And they only doing that because they knew they was gonna be in trouble. They knew all the they numbers was gonna come out. They watch this. Maybe I'm kidding myself. The Biden addresses low poll numbers. Democrats crashing in 2022. So he already knew his numbers was going down because of how he been running this country. He know inflation's off the chain. He know that the food, there ain't enough food in this country. You got food shortages all over the place. You got people sick. This dude was up there going against the Republicans, talking about how he was going to fix COVID and how he was going to fix the housing crisis and how he was going to fix public school systems and how everything was going to be, we're going to have everything flowing. We in one of the worst crises we ever been in and since I've been alive, and I'm 50 years old. This is ridiculous. So he, on purposely, knowing he can't win without cheating, this is another way of cheating. I'm going to bring a bunch of people in, illegal aliens, and I'm going to do something for them more than I'm doing for the people that's here. I ain't going to even take care of the people here. I'm gonna let these people come over the border and do what they want to do, come in, and then we're gonna put them up somewhere. And then that way, once we house them and take care of them, we're gonna claim it, we're doing it because it's the children. But really, come 2024, we're gonna ask them for the vote. We'll come in the election year, we're gonna get a vote out of them because we hooked them up. This clown.
Stated, but you had a number of Republicans we worked with closely. From John McCain, a number of Republicans we worked closely with.
John McCain is deceased. He like from John McCain. You know why? You ain't too far from being, look at yourself. You ain't too far from being dead either, are you? I ain't talking about dead in the ground. You dead as a politician, dude. You're dead. And your mental cognitive is dead as well. Somebody should really question this dude's mental state. He's talking about he worked with a bunch of Republicans. Let's rewind that a little bit. You can't make this shit up. This shit is hilarious. Listen to this crap.
Republicans we worked with closely. From John McCain, a number of Republicans.
Then he thought about it after he said it. That's why he switched. From John McCain, a number. He switched because he knew. He like, I just said a dead man's name. Oh my God. This is crazy, right?
Even back in those days, Lindsey Graham.
He gonna try to say it back in those days.
The difference here is there seems to be a desire to work. And I didn't say my agenda. I'm saying, what are they for? What is their agenda?
He ain't say his agenda. What are their agenda? Dude, stop playing games. Now watch this. You the president of the United States, but you don't know the Republicans' agenda. Ain't that your job? You asking the press? Look at this fool. He a clown. That's what y'all voted for. He got 81 million votes, right? Allegedly. I don't believe that.
They had an agenda back in the administration when the 8 years we were president, vice president, but I don't know what their agenda is now.
As the president, you don't know,
The
huh?
American public is outraged about the tax structure we have in America. What are they proposing to do about it? Anything?
What are you proposing to do about it? You the fucking president.
I mean, anything. I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard it? I can't take it no more. You haven't heard anything, huh? See, it's hard to hear from anybody when you in the basement hiding. When you won't take questions from the press hardly. When you won't sit down with the cabinets, with the combined cabinets, and have a meaningful conversation to work out your bipartisanship. You can't. You know why? Because you're trying to sneak and hide and do things like bringing in legal aliens so you can get your votes, so you can keep your seat as the president. I think it's time for you and your boy Dr. Fauci and the rest of your administration to retire. And I got a strange suspicion that not only are the media going to trash you for the rest of your stay in the White House, or wherever house you're staying in, you're going down. You're going down. Unlike the inflation in this country. All right, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when we upload videos, right? Help us build the channel by subscribing. The Conscious Growing Gardeners, y'all. We talk about the P's on this channel, y'all. Everything from plant life to politics, right? And then everything in between, right? Prison, pipeline to prison, public school system, the pharmaceutical companies, right? And we stay on their butts about everything, right? So we the Conscious Growing Gardeners, always thinking, always growing in every area of our lives. All right? Peace.